Well, we're all going to be a little bit Irish tomorrow when we celebrate St. Patrick's Day, and you may know that we have a very rich history of Irish Americans right here in Rhode Island. But did you know that there is a museum about it in Newport? Here to tell us more about the Museum of Newport Irish History is the museum's president, Mike Slane. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Yeah, we know we have a lot of Irish heritage in and around this area. Many of us are part Irish. Tell us a bit about the museum for those who are unfamiliar.
You bet. Museum of Newport Irish History was the vision of a gentleman by the name of Vince Arnold. And he was a Notre Dame graduate, an avid student historian. And years ago, he said there was a necessity for preserving the story of the Irish emigration out of Ireland into Newport County from the 1600s to the present time. And he was passionate about preserving that somehow at an interpretive center. So he founded the museum in 1996. The Interpretive Center opened in 2011 as a way of showing the public the Irish contribution to building Newport society.
So this is still kind of fresh and new to a lot of people out there, which is why I'm so happy that you're here to share more details on what we'll actually experience when we're in there. I know you brought some photos along, which we can pull up right now. First is a beautiful cemetery. Can you tell us about that one?
Yes, the Barney Street Cemetery, and it is. That is the site of the first Catholic parish in all of Rhode Island, not just Newport.
Wow.
1828, beside that cemetery was the original St. Mary, later to become St. Joseph's Church, on that site. 1828 to 1837 was the first church. It was an 1809 schoolhouse that was...
And I think we have a photo of the model of that you have, right? Kind of a model of the
model
original
is St. Mary's, the cathedral. This is an earlier church here at the Barney Street Cemetery.
And there's the cathedral, excuse me, that we're seeing right there. That is on display at the museum.
Beautiful St. Mary's, Our Lady of the Isle, was started in 1848, finished and dedicated in 1852, has a great tie to the Irish, in that the Irish that were working to build Fort Adams at the time on their off hours dedicated their labor to building the foundation of St. Mary's Church.
Wow, and you mentioned Fort Adams. You have another photo of, is it the inside of Fort Adams, or kind of a depiction of what it was like at Fort Adams?
It's a depiction of display that we have in the museum, in the interpretive center of the museum. But of course the Fort Adams, the import to the Irish there is that more than 400 Irish spent 33 years of stone cutting, hauling granite to construct Fort Adams, which is... And you know what, it's all these beautiful places that we've seen, we've been by, but we don't realize the Irish importance that went behind them, the Irish culture and history that is behind all that. You were so kind to give me a pin that we're both wearing right now. What is the pin signifying? The pin is from the Barney Street Cemetery, the tall Gaelic cross that was depicted earlier in the center of the cemetery. There were 26 stones in there. They're actually graves of Irish immigrants.
Wow.
Majority from County Cork, but that is that comes from the Gaelic cross that centers the focal point of the cemetery.
Well, isn't that nice? You know what, I'm going to cherish this, especially this weekend, and there's a final shot of the museum. Quickly, what is the address that you're located in?
648 Thames Street in Newport, 5th Ward, the home of the Irish.
Beautiful.
Go online, newportirishhistory.org.
Yeah, and you know, we're going to attach a link to that on our website as well. Mike, thank you so much for coming in, and happy St. Patrick's Day. Again, to learn more, head on over to rhodeshow.com.